Hello. I love you. I really do love you. Don't give me that look. I truly love you. How could I not? We are the same. You and me. Now I'm gonna share with you my enlightenment story. How it went about from my childhood up to now. At the same time, I'm gonna be bicycling and running up to the mountain of 2,300 meters above that even. So I will start my enlightenment story about my experiences in my childhood. And before I start, one more thing to say. As you're listening to my story, do not try to understand it with your mind. Don't try to make some kind of story out of it. It is a story. It's also a story for me, as I'm telling. The reality is different than the story. But I have concluded that all these happenings as I'm sharing with you, all these experiences and developments during my life are essential in the enlightenment period. Or enlightenment experience, the totality that has peaked into the last enlightenment experience 1 month ago. So don't try to understand with your mind. Try to just listen. Listen to it. Because I'm also telling this story just intuitively. Whatever things come, I will tell you. So try to be in the present moment, not to try to understand, make conclusions, judge, anything like that. Because I think if you can listen to my story in a meditative state, it will give you a very good hint of what I'm talking about, of consciousness, of the fact that every moment, every human being, every plant, every animal, every rock, every material, and every emptiness, anything can be your teacher. Something, some words, some sentences, maybe even something that has nothing to do with my speech here may resonate in you and guide you forward in the path of enlightenment. I will start from my childhood. In my childhood, I used to be very much in my internal world. I used to dream a lot. I'm not saying I had like really wild imagination, but I actually had that too. I had very lively imagination. And I could sense sometimes these different kind of moods and states, especially when I was very little, this kind of sacred moments. And moments when I sort of knew the past and the future, that they all are happening at the same time. Of course, I didn't realize it back then, but now when I'm looking back to those feelings that I had, I remember short periods like that. I thought about death quite a lot. I think it started maybe when I was in 4th, 5th grade or something like that. I think it was because some news about some death. I remember one father of a family who made who killed himself and 2 of his small children in one car by burning it or something. And it really touched me deeply, that story. And also because I had such a deep love towards my parents and towards my family. So I started to think about death. And I learned of course stories about religions and life after death, heaven, things like that. And I was thinking a lot that I was afraid that if my mother dies or something like that, what will happen? Will I see them? If we go to heaven, will we be at the same age like the family back then, right at that moment, eternally, in some beautiful hill somewhere in a house, just forever and forever living like that? And that kind of vision sort of gave some comfort, but still it didn't feel credible and not even something that deeply I would have felt satisfied with if that kind of heaven would have been. Also, I had dreams about death, I have had very much dreams actually until not in the past few years, but before that a lot about falling down and driving car from the bridge to the ocean or river or something. Sometimes falling from a building roof. Also in airplane, that airplane crashes and I'm there. And it always stops at that point. But yeah, about death, and really I could sense how it really feels when you lose it, when you don't exist anymore. And at night I used to be awake also, and think about death a lot. And its permanent nature. And I used to comfort myself of thinking about blue thoughts, because it caused a lot of anxiety to roll around those thoughts of death. And then this blue thought gave me some comfort. Not total, but some. Also, I remember I wrote an essay in school about death. I wrote different kind of metaphors for the philosophical thinking that what happens when is it just that the light goes off when a human dies? Is it like that? Then you don't know, then you don't feel anything. It's darkness and not any more consciousness of any kind. Or is it some kind of other thing? And also during the teenage years, actually I'm gonna share that later when I get up more higher